Hey everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to be learn about the for loop in C++. In the last tutorial, we covered the while loop. So for loop is another type of loop available in C++. To use it, we'll use the for keyword followed by a pair of parentheses and a pair of curly braces. Inside those parentheses, we'll write the expressions which are necessary for the loop operation. According to the for loop syntax, we need to provide three expressions and each expression will separate by semicolon. So the first statement inside the parenthesis will be the initialization. This is where we create a loop counter variable and set its initial value. For example, we can create a variable such as I and set its initial value to 1. Next, we need a condition. This condition is checked before executing the statements inside the loop. If the condition is true, the statements inside these curly braces will be executed. If it false, the loop will not go ahead. Suppose I want to print something 10 times, then the condition we need to check is our counter variable value is less than or equal to 10 or not. If the value of counter exceed 10, then our loop will stop since I want only 10 repetitions. So in computer science, this repetitive execution is known as iterations. That means our loop will iterate only 10 times if we put this condition. Lastly, we have the updation statement. Updation refers to update the counter value that we initialized already. If we do not update the value, loop will continuously check the condition against the initial value of 1. So what we can do is we can increment this by 1 in every iteration. So I'll put I plus plus here. This I plus plus means we are incrementing this I value by 1. Next, I'm going to add one print statement inside those curly braces. Say for loop tutorial. Let's add a new line here. Let's save and run this. As you can see, it is printing for loop tutorials 10 times. So what happens here is the system first encounters the for loop. It initializes the counter variable to the specified value, in our case 1. Then the condition is checked. If it holds true, the statement inside the loop are executed. After executing the statements, the counter value is updated and the condition is checked again. This process continues until the conditions become false, at which point control exits the loop. Lastly, we'll see how to create an infinite loop. To do this, simply leave the initialization, condition and updation statements blank. Just use semicolons here. If I run this program now, it will result in an infinite loop. Let's save and run this. You'll notice that it doesn't stop because it is stuck in an infinite loop. That's all for the for loop in C++. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, feel free to ask.